$50 horsepower. Guns are going off. Wow.
Welcome back to Motion RC Live. I'm James, Alex behind the camera, and thank all of you for joining us again for what is episode 18 of our little weekly live show here. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, Bill the Butcher, Whoopsie Daisies. So yesterday was my Maiden. We'll get to that in a second. And it didn't go perfectly, but it didn't go too bad because she's still sitting here, and we're going to get another chance to do it again. But it's very interesting, and the video, we saw it this morning. We'll show you in a little bit. But I want to thank everybody for being here. I see Scotty G, RC, Corsair Smitty, Dad's RC Hanger, some of our members now, and I see that some lieutenants have happened. So after a month membership, you get the double bars. You're only allowed 6, so 6 options. So I had to skip. You're going from ensign right to lieutenant, and then right to something else. So we'll get there because I wanted the fleet admiral and the admiral as our last 2. So those are great. Welcome, C Mafia. I see Stemwings here. Stemwings, I'm so sorry. I need to reach out to you. I see other people putting in your LCD screen. I just get busy and I'm forgetful, and I apologize so much. But I will get in touch with you. soon. And then I saw Wings88. I definitely got to check out your YouTube channel now that I'm seeing you said you made 2 Nexa birds. So, you know, that's awesome. I want to see them on YouTube, and, you know, you'll probably see them here next week. If you don't mind, I'd love to share them. I want a big congrats to that video by Wesley Miller. I thought that was awesome, by the Merry Boozers. So I wanted to, you know, use it in the beginning. I just love that gigantic P-47. You don't get to see them often. I don't think I've ever seen one that large in person. Maybe I'm probably at Joe Knoll. There's been big things, but maybe not that big. But it looked absolutely stunning. It sounded great. So what a perfect way to open up any video. So go check out Merry Boozers. Give him you get the full video. He talks to the owners, the pilot, all that jazz, and it's just awesome what he does. And I've been reading Corsair Smitty saying a 44x22 prop. Unbelievable. I'm actually having prop. I'm gonna have to change my prop on this, not only because I broke this one, but we'll talk about it in a second. So what do we got? I say we get right into it. So before you play it, well, I guess might as well just play it, right? So let's play. So yesterday we had terrible weather all week. I don't know if you guys live in the southeast, but beginning of the week we had nothing but rain and thunderstorms for like 3 days straight. It was absolutely terrible. But then Thursday we got yesterday. Michael Holder, welcome to the Motion RC Community Captainship. Love it. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining. And I love when people do it on the live show. You might as well wait for that. But so anyway, I got out to the field, had it all gassed up, ready to go. And then this was like taxi test time. And I did notice that at my low end speed, it was taxiing still too fast. So I probably should have just said, you know what, let me down prop it, come back another day, but I really wanted to fly it. So I said, let's go for it. So I said the second it touches the runway, I'm gonna go with it. Worst case scenario, I'll land fast. I'm used to landing fast, and I'll just shut my motor off, if I need to, if it gets out of my way. But as far as taking off, you're gonna see tons of power, and she went right off. So right then, I'm feeling it out. I'm like, oh, she feels pretty good. You know, this is my first time ever flying a gas plane. So at this moment, I'm like, all right, we did it. We did it. I'm liking it. You know, things are going well.
They can probably hear you in the background being like, I like it. It feels good. It feels good.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They can hear me talk on this. You know, I'll be quiet and you just watch.
All right, I'll turn it up.
You know how we go. Turn it up a little bit. You know, we could always go back to it. But, you know, I had the mic on, but I wasn't with the intent of making a video. This was just, let me maiden it. Let me see what kind of trim it needs. Was that it? Was that the pass? I don't think it is yet.
No, not yet.
But Pontiac, yeah, right? No kill switch. There we go. Testing the roll rate. Liking it. I'm on all high rates based on, you know, just based on, I guess, not only the CAD rates, I just did my own.
Oh. That's crazy. I'm not getting much elevator.
I guess my biggest fear at this point is you know, if I bring my throttle low, I just wouldn't want it to shut off in the air. You know, that's one of my concerns. Oh, I'm trying to bring it in. Okay, so it already happened. So we'll talk about it as it comes down. But basically at this point, I don't have much elevator. And I don't know why. So I dropped flaps in my turn to give myself a little more lift. And at this point, I'm like, I just got to go down with it. I was nervous that I wouldn't have any more elevator. RC Tommy! Welcome to the Motion RC Customer Community Captainship. But first, give me a Whoopsie Daisy. Give me a Whoopsie Daisy before we get to that. Because right away, whenever I crash, do you have the video?
What video?
Oh, I have a Whoopsie Daisy video. You didn't put it in.
No.
Oh, I made a whole... anyway, whatever. But if you guys watch Gangs of New York, Whoopsie Daisy, now she's good and broke. I was actually happy with how that ended up because we got to show you this. So during the flight, everything's going well. When I opened it up, if you heard in the video, at 1 second, I'm like, I go, ooh. And then as I'm turning, I'm like, let me try to, I wanted to get more altitude. So I pull back on my elevator. I'm noticing I'm not going up as fast as I'd like. So I was like, what's up with that? So that's why I immediately said, I'm going to drop gear and I'm going to try to bring this thing home. I mean, with a gas engine, I had no problem with how much time. I wasn't up that long. But, so it turns out, now I didn't know, I landed, but then when I was playing with my elevator on the ground, I noticed that when I was pulling my stick, my elevator was only going like half. And then if I went up and down, then it would come through. So in my head, something, was obstructing my elevator. So thank goodness, so thank goodness that I got it down as it did. I obviously have to replace a retrack. That took the brunt of the damage. It didn't do any damage to the balsa, which is great. Scraped my cowling, no problem. I could fix that. So overall, I'm happy with how that turned out. But check out what happened in the
check out what we noticed here.
Check out what happened in the during the flight. Ooh! Did you guys see that? I did not notice this in real time, so I slowed it down. And this is obviously what affected my elevator control. I'm lucky I brought the throttle back when I did, or my plane would have.
Look at that tail.
Look at the Flappy Bird. Oh, so this is the first time I've ever experienced flutter on my model before. So man, so now I'm in a whole new, luckily I didn't take it apart yesterday, and yet I put it to the side, had to prepare for today's show, finding all your content and stuff. But now I have a whole new set. I have to dig in. I want to see what's going on with the elevator. I might have destroyed the servo, I'm not sure, so I might have to replace the servo. But then I'm gonna have to shore up my horns. I was looking in, there could be so many things that could cause flutter. But had I continued at full throttle, Glenn Davis, that's the $1 million question. What caused the flutter? You type that into a Google search, and
so crazy.
Like any other form, you get 1 million answers to that question. It could be numerous things. So first things first, just from that flight, I think with this prop, she's too fast. So I think she's got way too much high end. So this is a 15x8 propeller that we recommended. I'm going to go down to a 14x7. So I'm going to change my pitch because I don't want the speed. And she got off the ground so fast that I don't even think I need as much thrust. So I'm going to lower the diameter. And so I'm setting myself a 14x7, 2-blade, and a 3-blade. So even a 3-blade might also, I don't need it to scream. It's a Hellcat. I want to fly it like the Flightline birds and the P40 from Nexa that I did on electric, or the Zero. None of them are objectively fast. That's not what I want. I just felt she was way too fast. And also I need that low end speed to be something that, I want it to be able to sit there and idle, not move when it idles. It was definitely far too fast. So I'm going to do that. But now I'm also going to look into, again, I haven't even checked the servo. I'm just happy I brought it back. And it's actually a good learning point because I never experienced that before. And most of the time, most airplanes that experience flutter don't survive. So, so we shall see. But I think I'm going to just, now that I don't know what damage might have been done in that. And it's amazing because I don't even notice it now. I would never have noticed that. Me and Alex never even thought of that at the field yesterday.
When I was filming it, I was like, I thought I saw something.
At least you're up close in the camera.
And when I was cutting it for the show, I was like, oh, something is going wrong here.
And I'm looking at the distance between my hinges in the back, and I have hardly any air between them. They're really close. But I might seal the hinge gaps. I may even try to add some carbon underneath just to be because I don't know. Jeremy Salt, I asked him today. He was saying also I may, tighten the hinges themselves because they're nylon. So, and they're longer. They're really long hinges. They're probably too long than what I need. So I may put some like a spar, if you will, on the hinge to really, create that thing. But I may have to also now replace the servo because I might have done irreparable damage to the servo that's in there, and it's one of the beastly servos. So, I was shocked at that, but I think my thought process at the start is just I think she has more speed than the airframe needs. So, I didn't need at all to go to full throttle on that flight. I could have probably stayed at at half throttle the whole time and been more than fine. But either way, I'm glad that it went the way it did because, when you don't have elevator, an older me would have freaked out and just probably dropped the transmitter and just said, oh, I got no elevator, let it go. But I'm glad that, it was a learning experience. I was like, all right, I have minimal elevator in this situation. So, I think I fought it well and just, could have been a whole lot worse. So I'm glad that it wasn't as bad as that. So now I'm going to put this off to the side for a few, for a week or two, and we'll come back for revenge. But that was my first. I was happy to get this far. I got it in the air. I think it sounds pretty good. Overall, I'm stoked about it. And now I saw somebody said good work on the cowling. I think it was wings. Yeah, you can make it look better than measuring this. Was about one of the hardest things to try to do. Like I started way too low, and if you notice, you might not notice here, but this part is all. They give you the decals that are the same colors. You get all three colors, a big sheet of just blank. So I cut it way too low, but then I use those stickers to make it look like I cut it pretty good. So, so up close, you'll notice it. From far away, you ain't gonna notice it. So I was happy with that. But either way, I'm excited for it. I'm ready for revenge. Could have been worse, and now I know. But I needed to get slower. So yeah, the exhaust looks like a cigar. It was like perfect. So I did the decal after I cut. And when I saw that decal, I'm like, yeah, that actually looks kind of cool. It looks mean. And I actually do love when the oil streaks go across the wing. I almost want to just leave them there. Yeah. Something about it just looks good. Oh, and then I left myself my first gas mark. When I went to pick up the plane after it was on the runway, I wasn't thinking about this, and I grabbed the plane from here, and this part touched still got oil on it, but I got a nice little burn mark in a perfect circle. So now I'm fully gas pilot now. I feel like that's my mark of acceptance into the gas range world. So don't do that. Gas engines are really hot. If you go there, don't pick it up like you would pick up a phone, because I was looking at it and didn't even realize what I was doing. But so that's my Whoopsie Daisies moment, and I think that's going to be our next graphic, right, Alex?
Oh, yeah.
So as crashes come in, as you guys share your own crashes, you'll get a Whoopsie Daisy. That's good and broke for when it happens. So that does it for the Whoopsie Daisies. Let's get on to the community. And we're going to start right off the bat. If you saw the thumbnail, guys, super happy to see this on Facebook. But it's Boli Muentes was down at Top Gun where the Merry Boozers were. And his AL-37, they have a new, I think they started last year, EDF jet class for Top Gun. And his American Airlines AL-37 took home second place. So that's pretty awesome. Good to see it. It's a beautiful shot. Awesome. I don't know if that was taken at Top Gun, if that's the sunset you guys had down there. Probably was. But either way, looks like a beautiful aircraft and nice trophy. I mean, who wouldn't want to take home that trophy? It's probably worth more than it might be worth more than the aircraft itself. Unless it's plastic, but it doesn't look like it's plastic. Might be. I don't know. I never held one of those. But looks like he took home 2 trophies for 2 different classes. But one of them was the AL-37. So, awesome. Awesome that they're doing it. Awesome that they finally included foam electric EDF jets into the world of Top Gun in general. And hopefully next year we got to get out there and check it out. So either way, well done on him, and a beautiful looking bird. Then I saw Chris, he does Chris DCE. He's friends with William Jackson. We've seen this aircraft. It was in the March Madness tournament, but he finally got out this week and put in some flights on it. So it's the first time we saw it in the air. Maybe not the most perfect pictures, but I love seeing it. And for you guys, if you notice, if you want to get your hands on a MiG-29, back in stock in the U.S. warehouse and going really fast.
Yeah, by the time you finish that sentence, they might be gone.
They might be gone by the end of this show. Who knows? But they're going super fast. So if you didn't get a chance to grab one, make sure you grab one while they're there. Then Jeremy Salt, if you're in the chat, I saw this post. I love when you do this. I don't know who's flying behind, but they always get like a plane in the background while they do these awesome shots. But it's his son Kyler, and I'm forgetting the pilot's name now that I didn't write it down, with his turbine version of the F-22. So you got the 90mm Freewing F-22 with a big turbine version of an F-22, and just, you know, their flying sites are unbelievable. Those are like the salt flats, I think, where they fly their turbines out at, and unbelievable. Love that picture. I love the comment on this picture. Somebody's like, man, I'm afraid to take my plane out of safe mode, and this kid's flying 90mm F-22. Yeah, he's unbelievable. David Snyder says, Jesse, that's Jesse Gatewood. Well, Jesse, it's a fantastic looking turbine. I hope there's video out there of that one. I'd love to see that too. So that's awesome. And Josh Bybee, is he the so who's who? Jesse Gatewood is with the turbine F-22. Josh Bybee's flying is that the L-39 behind it? It's a little small for me. Is it an L-30? It looks like an L-39 back there. And then Kyler. Either way, all awesome. And there's the 22s. We got 22 emojis, because I was told that Jameson yelled at me for not getting the 22 emoji, but it's there. Fantastic. Then I love this pic, JD Crow. I think we might have seen them, but they popped up again. Dual F-14 Tomcats in like a trainer type trim. Love them. Love both of these. Look so good. And I like the open wing and the low wing. It was between this and the second place AL-37 for the thumbnail this week. I wasn't sure which one to go with, but I feel like the trophy just won the day. But either way, another great picture. And remember, guys, all the pictures, if your picture gets shared, you know, in this show, then at the end of the year, we're going to do our giveaway, you know, big end of the year giveaway shows, and everything is up. We're going to go through each show, because I've been saving all the folders. We're going to pick one winner from each show, and then all those winners go into a pool, and that's how we'll do it at the end of the year. But obviously, we're getting ready for next contest coming up soon and other things as well. But, you know, just one of the little perks of sharing either in Hobby Squawk, Facebook, or a YouTube video. Then we got Rod Mustard. I always say it so bad. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Frank Bourne with this F-86. I thought this was awesome. I forget now. I'm forgetting who. I think it's John Killen. You shared your F-86. I've already shown that one on the show. And then this was in response to yours, and I just thought that looked really cool. So throw it up. So finding them within the comments are just as great. Rectangle RC with this Gripen. This is the only picture he shared. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Wow. With the G's on it. It looks great. I want to see a side profile. I don't know what that vertical looks like, but another beautiful looking bird, for sure. But I see, John, we got you in here. You got your fourth, well, probably your fifth F4, but your fourth in existence, because you're replacing one, right? And you're going with the Weasel on the front, so you're doing some work over there, and we can't wait to see how this one turns out when she's all done. So for sure, keep it posted, and we'd love to see it. Now we have Rod Mustard. I think I asked him how to pronounce it. Now I'm forgetting, because he was in here last week, and I'm so sorry if I'm, you know, my last name is just as awful to pronounce for people when they see it the first time, so I get it. But there we go. This beautiful A10, I love the red accents of it. So it's like an Arctic scheme thrown in with some, you know, like Iron Man, hot rod, throw some hot rod red in there. And just looks, is that red or is it orange?
It's red.
It's red, okay. colorblind. I don't want somebody to call me out. I get a little, my reds, my oranges, things like that. There he is. Rodney's here. Thank you, sir. I'm trying my best. But I thought this A10 looks great.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of A10s, I didn't share the picture, but if you guys were in the community, I guess I don't know if it's new, but I never saw it before. They did an A10 in an old Thunderbolt scheme with evasion stripes. So it's to mimic, I guess it's the same flight squadron. So they put it in the Thunderbolt. And that Thunderbolt back then had a white rim on the cowl and like white accents. So this A10 looks fantastic. And now it's got me looking at the A10 behind me like, if nobody else is going to do it, I may do it because it's olive drab. It's, invasion stripes on the A10. And then I was having a joke with Justin Lamb through Facebook this morning because he saw it. And I'm like, man, imagine they remade Final Countdown with A10 showing up to Normandy, like with invasion stripes. Like, what would 10 A10s do on the beaches of Normandy that day? Like, would the beaches have just been clear? Would have been
end the war a whole lot quicker.
War a whole lot quicker, but Final Countdown's one of the movies that I wish they'd remake, and with technology and CGI and all that, how cool it would be. But either way, it looks great. So this A10 though got me thinking of that, and that's awesome as well. Didn't Papa do an A10 in this pattern that we're looking at, or in the P47 A10? Drew, this is you? This is your A10? Nice, man. See, now this is going to be rough. You guys got to make sure if you're taking pictures of other people's planes, if one of them wins, you're sharing it with the person whose plane it is. I can't always tell that. But, we'll get there. And then Mike Solis with his 262. I thought that looked awesome.
Looks like it was behind our Hellcat when we were getting it ready.
Yeah, right?
Black nose.
He said, look simply the best. Is what he posted on here. So I posted Tina Turner's picture. Like, it's better than all the rest. Corsair Smitty, I'm not sure if Papa did that. Where's,
He definitely had a cool looking A10. I can't remember the exact
Papa had
scheme.
that A10?
Where's Wes?
Yeah, Wes, where you at? Did you leave already? You came in, got your comments in, and then darted. That's okay if you did, but that's awesome. Oh, and then Sylvian Beaumont, I love this. Shared a video through YouTube, one of the few videos on YouTube, uploaded directly to YouTube, not through Facebook. But this was awesome. His maiden flight, and he goes through, everything. It's a longer video, so we don't have to show everything. But he takes his Roban Bell 429. A bunch of pictures, mashup of, different steps in the process as he completes it, and then gets to a maiden in which he actually, puts it through its paces, not just a hover test. So I don't know if it's the full maiden, but if you want to fast forward a bit to, there we go. He lifts it off, and then he starts boogieing around with it, and like I said, one of those things, so it's on my to-do list.
Look at him flying over all that gold right now. The lumber market. It's all there. Yeah, don't try to build a house right now unless you're ready to pay double in lumber costs. But look at this. I love it. I just love the way they sound. And then when they start boogieing around, they just look so good. I have to do one. Oh, Harold, thanks. Nice to hear it, man. I hope that never changes. I love this. This is just a great flight, and the sound of these helis are unbelievable. So I always love it. But thank you so much, Sylvian. Share more if you're doing more, and if you got a YouTube channel and you're in here. Or you catch this on a replay because someone told you your video made it in here, then in the comments, if you got a YouTube channel, drop it in there and such so people see. Mike Bird, thank you so much. Yeah, hit the like button. It's right. Whoa! What is this? The graphics. This kid just makes graphics like they're going. I think he just made that. But yeah, click the like button.
You know, it helps. I hate even talking about algorithms, but, you know, algorithms own the world at this point. Moving on to YouTube, and let's start. So we would have had the boozers in here, but they're not. We did them in the beginning. Let's start, this channel. So last week, if you remember, well, in the EU, Toro tanks available. So, you know, and they're coming soon to US. Whereas well, so I was just doing my search. I want to see, you know, what a Toro tank's got. You know, I've never played with one yet. So I found this video from RC Tank Dash Black Cab, and he's got a Henlong. I think it's a Henlong Abrams and a Toro Leopard, or it might be vice versa. But they're all painted up and just having fun together. So I just thought that was pretty dope. I love how like they look like they move pretty quick. But I'm really liking these Toros. I'm excited to get my hands on one myself. So this is awesome. But I just love that when they're two of them together, having fun, and they're all painted up with they got all the, you know, detailing on it. They just look right. There it is. Air Guardian said it, and I can't, or else, you know, YouTube probably get mad at me. But they look bad. Beep. We need a beep button for sure. And I want to get my hands on one. I need that Sturm Tiger. Is that the only... We had more videos.
We got Pilot H.
That's the only other video that was in there?
Mm-hmm.
They're all in. There's way more in there.
Oh, yeah,
there they are. Drop them. Can you drop them in?
I'll get them going.
You get them going. So start with RC Pilot H. F-16. We're having Dropbox problems, so bear with us. But speaking of 90mm F-16, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I love seeing this on RC Pilot H. So he's got the high performance version, and looks like it screams, and it moves pretty well. I haven't flown my F-16 in a long time. Wesley did some videos with the F-16 that I have here at Null back in the day. But I have in the box near me a gray version high performance because I want to fly it again. And I never had the gray one because the gray one comes with all the ordnance and everything. But either way, RC Pilot H looking like he's having fun with the Thunderbirds F-16. So that's awesome. Moving on to RC Tommy. I saw you in the chat. Finally, it looks like you came back with some videos. I was wondering where he went. And Jan, I said that right this time. Jan's the pilot, and you know, his channel is always a oh, Alex has to shrink the screen.
Yeah,
here we go. There it is.
Do it all in real time.
He's
right
doing
now.
it in real time. But I think it's the crispest camera and filming YouTube channel going today. You know, next 2 hours, of course. But this is like just unbelievable. It always looks so perfect. It's always shot well. He always keeps the plane in frame, and like the background is the perfect distance away that, you know, that almost looks stabilized, and it's not. And then Jan, obviously, great pilot, and you guys are going to want to check out all the videos they do at RC Tommy because they all look like this, and it doesn't matter what plane it is in the sky, it looks awesome. I almost want to see what he does with some tanks, and, you know, it's like a sailboat. If they got a lake out there, I'm sure they do. Probably look awesome too. It looks beautiful. So, you know, RC Tommy, bravo, sir. I love seeing your videos. Love when more comes through. And I'm just checking out. IR combat systems so fun. Yeah, the IR systems are fun. We were trying when they first came out. We wanted, you know, then Null. Everybody was gonna bring their tanks. I built like a whole little. I spent time building a whole like set. I got a town that I was gonna bring to Null, and Null hasn't happened since that. So when we get there, you know, hopefully we can do it. I do want to have some RC tank battles with people. I think it would be so much fun. That would be the best. There you go, RC Tommy. Tanks, you say. Tell me you got some tanks. I see sunglasses in the emoji. Tanks might be there. Synesthesia. Is that right? That's his YouTube channel. We showed his gripping, but he's getting out there and getting a little more dangerous with it. New channel. I think he's got 84 subscribers as of last night when I found this video. So let's see if we can push him over 100. Can we get 16 of you who might not have subscribed to this guy's channel to go push him over 100? I love this high alpha he's playing with the Gripen. So, you know, I'm subscribed. Motion RC subscribed. Love it. It's having some fun. Smooth. You know, it's a high alpha beast, and he's doing it well. And he cuts to the good stuff. I didn't edit it. He edits the best parts. The parts you click on the video to see. The high alpha. That's what I want to see. Perfect. So, it's awesome. Oh, RC Tommy has a Panasonic Lumix DMC FZ2000. Oh, that's awesome. We use GH5s for our filming. I have to look into that one. I'm sure it's probably got the same sensor. Looks awesome. Looks absolutely awesome. Oh, did you guys see this one? So Jackson Lamb 123. You guys will know their videos by a lot of crashing happening on their videos often, but I thought this was awesome. They put an EDF in a bearcat, and I always wondered how you'd do it, like if you did like an EDF with a Spitfire, but having the big exhaust and the outtakes on the sides of the model, and it's squirrely and it's a mess, but she's flying it. I forget her name. If somebody could drop her name in here, but she does well with it, and you know, like, it's awesome. I love seeing that. Like they're always doing crazy stuff on that channel. So, you know, hats off to them. They'll put everything at risk, and I think a better. Oh, and here we go, the landing.
Oh, safe.
Whoopsie Daisy! Now it's good and broke. But you know what? It was fine. You could probably hand launch that model instead of even get the gear out. But it's like, I think it was Justin was saying, if you're out there, I'm sorry, I'm putting your idea out to the world, but, you know, imagine the Tiger Cat. If you bore out the nacelles and stuck EDFs in the Tiger Cat, you'd actually have proper exhaust, you know, coming out there. It'd probably fly really well. It'd probably look really cool, too. It'd be like an ME262, but in a Tiger Cat form. You just have to, yeah, I mean, it would be perfect. It would almost be perfect. A better setting, if you will. Like, if I was trying to think, could I do that to the Spitfire? That would be, I would hate to have the exhaust at the top of the Spitfire, but then the only other way would be to do it like the 262, but then you sort of, you know, the whole beauty of that outline. You can't mess with the elliptical wings, but I guess you could do it. I was saying, like, could you bore it out with a, you know, if you put the EDF in here and had it somehow venting, you know, through the fuselage, but I don't know. I don't know if it's possible, but it looks awesome. What about the landing gear and the cells? That could be a problem on the Tiger Cat. It depends. You might be able to get away, though, with 70s. If you move them back a little bit, you might be able to get away with it, obviously, but you never know. But if somebody's ready to go, almost as good as your landing, James. Almost! Almost. Very similar. Very similar. Both lost one gear, and, yeah. But, hey, I'm gonna get back. I'm not a perfect pilot by no means, but hey, I'm excited that the fact that this is home and it's not a bunch of sticks after what I saw now, knowing that tail, like Flappy Bird, like I thought that was just a meme, you know, like with that, I didn't realize that it could actually look like that. That was intense. I just, you know, I was trying, like today now I'm holding it and seeing, like, you know, I don't think it cracked any of the balsa. You know, my next fear would be, that I definitely don't want that happening again. Afterburner RC looks pretty cool, actually, with EDF in front. It does. It's you know, it's different,
I feel like
and it's just great when people do it.
Steampunk, like paint scheme on it, like make it like complete fantasy.
Make it good,
throw
yeah.
EDF and something like
Well,
that.
do you see somebody? I forget. I'm in a modeling group, and somebody turned a Spitfire into like a Star Wars.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
yeah,
but like they added, like, you know, the comments though, like people were like, you gotta be like, that's sacrilegious, like made it look steampunky and like, you know, like it would, you know, like it would hover and then take off, but it still had a prop on it, which I don't know why you need I guess a prop would help in space. I don't know, but you know, I thought it looked cool. I like when people, you know, just let your imagination run wild. Why not? It's so much fun. Corsair Smitty, Have a good day, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Paul Bassett, thank you, and gets more scared flying his planes than his helis. Whatever you're comfortable with. You know, I'm pretty comfortable with warbirds, so, you know, and I was comfortable with it. I was ready. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. But once I lost elevator, that's when you start second-guessing yourself. Maybe I should have went around a couple times, but I was just afraid that, you know, I was afraid that my elevator was just going to stop working altogether. So I felt like I had one chance, and I might as well just put her down. Maybe I should have just put the gear up and belly landed her in the grass. But I thought I could drive her home. But again, you're making these decisions like, you know, you have seconds to think about what you're going to do because the plane's not stopping no matter what. All right, and then YouTube, what else did we have? Another one?
We got this name that you're going to have fun pronouncing.
Oh, yeah, Arkadouj Kachjin. And it's a Spitfire. I had to throw it. I've shown him fly a Spitfire again, but he posted a new video of it, and it was a cloudy day, and it's just he's got great lines. He flies it like very scale, and you know, I enjoyed watching this video. I'll always enjoy watching, you know, a Spitfire fly, but he flies it very well on his channel. He's got pretty good camera. It just looks like when you got the cloudy skies in England, that's probably what you'd see the Spitfire.
Scale weather.
Yep, scale weather to go with a scale aircraft and just making nice lines through the, you know, through the sky. So if you want to check out Arkadouj Kachjin, if you want to check out his channel, tell him Motion sent you, and tell him James butchered your last name. So I apologize so much for that, but. Beautiful looking flying of the Flightline Spitty. So that was awesome. So what time is it? It is 12:40, and let me move this. Let me put this. Oh, where can I put this? I guess I'll just.
Want me to take it?
I'll keep it over there. Can you take it?
Yeah.
You'll take it off the table because I'm not gonna fit the box because I want. So as I said before, I've got myself two 90mm birds that are still in boxes. One I haven't flown in a really long time, and one I've never flown, but I want you guys to decide which one should be next. I'm going to do them both, obviously, but I want you guys to pick which one it would be. So, is it... I know John Killian's going to have a thought. Is it this Mamma Jamma? This is the Ghost Gray version. I've never unboxed the Ghost Gray version. I've had this in the studio for a while now and just haven't gotten around to it. Or do we go with the gray F-16 90mm? Both high performance versions. And I'm going to let you decide which one it is. And since we got a little time, I'll open up one of these boxes right now and start pulling stuff out. Leave it on the table so then on Monday, Alex and I will do the build video. And then I'll get this out. F-16, I see F-16. 2 for F-16s, 2 for F-4s, 3. Oh, man. Afterburner RC is 4. Show Afterburner RC. Grumpy, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think F4 is pulling it away. F4 is pulling away. Now F-16's coming. Alpha F9F. Troll. F-16. Phantom. Fabulous Phantom. I think it's... Oh, man.
Can somebody count these for us?
Yeah, somebody do the work and count these. What is their choice? I only see an F4. Fair enough.
Oh, man, dude. We're getting more votes on what we should open now than we did on the comment or the
right?
The March Madness.
Ooh, should I do this? The next person who joins.
Ooh, there you go.
Who joins, and you get to, if you're the next joiner to the channel, if you become a Motion RC community member.
Somebody spend 99 cents.
Somebody spends 99 cents. We'll go with whatever you say. What did Mafia say? I see GB putting... Did I miss you, Mafia?
Chat's going too quick right now.
Chat's just flying. Oh, we're going to do both, Ignacio. I will do both. So one will be like next week and the one will be the following the week after. But which one do I do first? I've been dying to do them both for a while. So now this one is an ARF Plus version. We actually didn't have PMPs in stock. But I have the... I'm going to put the power system in myself. This is the 9-blade in-runner that would come with the PMP version. And more of these are on the way, of course. But I'm going to drop that in myself. And I added, since I feel like I only seen it with the gray tail, you know, with this one, there are 2 extra tails you could purchase for the F-16. So I went with the Flying Razorbacks from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I thought that looked pretty good. And being that I live in Georgia, I know people are going to... I think the Razorbacks would probably not... We wish it was a Georgia Bulldog here or something would be cool. But, John, we could build together. I'm not going to go crazy with the nose, though. I'm leaving it stock. Maybe afterwards. But, I'm excited. I've seen the Ghost Gray one once at Null. I think Rich Baker did it. He flew his at Null a while back. But I never saw it myself. I only had the camo one at one point. The C, if you will. Livery. But what is it looking like? So it's looking like F4, right? I'm gonna, you know, I'll just count them later. I think I'm gonna have to go through and count them later. But I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, we have to do this live. We're here, so I think it's F4. So I'm going F4. F-16. You're gonna have to wait one extra week. Let's take a look. I just want to see because I never opened this one and saw what it looked like. As far as the tail goes, because I know you can do the Sundowner scheme if you want, which was the scheme of, oh, why am I forgetting his name? The Hoot Gibson, if you guys remember Hoot. I believe he flew the Sundowners F4, and he's a customer and an astronaut. And, you know, and then, you know, just casually speaking, you know, he's just an astronaut, you know. I remember when I talked to him on the phone a while back, and I was like, I'm talking to an astronaut. It's amazing. Both him and his wife have been to space. But I think I'm going to go with the skull. I think it comes with the skull on the tail, but then if you wanted to go with the Sundowner scheme, you can go with the Sundowner scheme. Oh, the Sundowner scheme gets the shark in the front. Why am I a sucker for shark mouths on the front of my aircraft? But I kind of like the skull on the tail with the lightning bolt and the navy blue. A little different, so I'm going to go with that. Hit subscribe and click the notification button. Yes, for sure.
He wants the graphic up again.
You want the graphic up?
That's what you want, Alpha? You want the
Boom,
graphic.
hit it.
Hit it.
Graphics coming. Did it go?
No.
I don't think it went.
No, it didn't go.
We got a no-go on that.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Click it.
Bing! Let me just take a look. I want to see where... I don't know where my tail is. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, so the vertical stab has nothing on it. Nice. I was under the impression that one of them were on it. And then nothing, but let me just pull that out. So there's... Wow, that's such a small vert, right? No, that's not a vert. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it has to be. It's got the lights on it. Yeah, the lights would... I'm like, is that the horizontal? No, that's the vert. Wow, it's so... you forget how, like, you know, short it is that way versus how it is the other way. Ooh. So, you got a lot. So how many people in here? Axel Toll. Oh, welcome to the Motion RC Customer Community Captainship. And man, I would have to box this back up if you're going to say F-16, because I promised. But he was the next, you know, he was the next joiner. Thank you so much for joining, man. And you have to take off my limber ship. Everybody do it. It's too late. This is sad.
Which one did you want?
You wanted the F-16?
Pack it up.
Did we blame YouTube? Looking through.
He
was going to say F-16. Well, it's coming, I promise. We're going to do them both. I'll probably build them both next week, get those videos done so I can take them to the field and just do them the same day. You know, hopefully with my fresh Hellcat retracts, which would be nice. But should I pull all this stuff out? Should I just, yeah, might as well. That's always the most boring.
Stuff, you know. Let's see the fuse.
Hey, we'll start the build. We'll start the build video with everyone with all the parts laid out on the table. You don't, you know, every build video we start like this, and I pull it all out, and you know, I'm sure it's interesting, but it's not gonna take away from the video if this part isn't there. But there's our rear end. Nice. And you have access to the back, and you've got the. This is where our stabs are gonna go. Boom, boom, boom. So you got your spar and a go-get-em wire. Got a couple spars. Looks like it's been a while. I built the camo one a long time ago. Couldn't find his credit card. That's why I was late. Did someone steal it? Throw that on the floor. We got decals, a lot of decals, which I like, so I'm gonna have extra. How about you? I save every decal set I've ever had for every plane, because whenever I go to make something silly, I always looking for, you know, stars and bars or something, a roundel that I want to throw on. Here's our wing section. It's nice in the gray. And it's completely sealed. I've had this in the studio for a while, meaning to do it, and then something, every other thing got in the way of me getting back out there with it. But so you got flaps and ailerons are painted white. Everything's painted well. Got your servos, retracts all installed with the gear. The ribbon cable, as you'd suspect. Brass on there, and the lights on the end. Looking good. I love the way they pack these. It's always like modern marvels. That's a little glued in piece that goes in on the bottom, your rester hook. I think. Some extra, oh, these are pylons for ordnance that get glued on. I got nothing in there. You always gotta look around. So we got our vert. We said, let's get it out. Oh, more glue. Could always use more glue. Love that. And all our rods and linkages. And then the last wing on top. I'll keep that in the plastic for now, because we want to get to, let's get to the end. Let me get my razor blade. Let's, and here we go. All right, so we got, oh yeah, I forgot the big tanks. Nice. So we got, and they're all painted white for this version. Got the missiles, nice. And they're painted white, black. Accents, 4 of them in there. Yep, because they're on double, 2 on each pylon, right? I believe. There's our horizontals. Let's see. Jackson RC Aviation, what's up, man? How are you? Did somebody else join, or is that Axel still?
Yeah, it's still Axel.
All right, that's still Axel. I don't want to miss anyone. That would be the end of it. I'd cancel the whole YouTube channel on the spot. All right, so our horizontals. Got our nose cone. Nice. And this, I always like. I think it's all plastic with just foam for this piece on the bottom. So that's all plastic. You've got a lip to help keep it there, and magnets on the top. That looks really nice. And then let's just pull out the more pylons. More pylons. Let's just pull out the ordnance too while I'm here. Pull it all out, and that's all MWS railing system on those, and then magnets on the tanks. For those who don't know, I'm sure John, you're gonna need to watch the F4 build video, John Killen, that we're gonna do, the second F4 build video that we've done.
You know that scene in Forrest Gump where he puts together the gun in 2 seconds?
John.
F4's for sure.
John, why did you put that F4 together so fast? Because you told me to, Drill Sergeant. That is the best answer I've ever heard. You're going to be a general someday. Why'd you put that gun together so fast, man? You told me to, Drill Sergeant. That's the best answer I've ever heard. You must have an IQ of 160. cockpit. You got the good cockpit detail on this one, you know, right off the bat. It looks good in the gray. I'm just thinking about all the decals we're going to have to put on it.
No step.
No steps. I hope there's no steps. But taking a look inside, so again, she's a beast. I will say, though, I can't lie. F4 is not personally one of my favorite profile-looking jets. I know it has a lot of love, but to me, it's not, you know, when I look at it, I mean, it's a beast. Don't get me wrong. I love its history, but just aesthetically speaking, it's not one of my favorites. But I'm excited to take it out and fly it. Despite that, looks so good.
John says he's going to send us 3D printed weapons.
3D printed weapons. Oh, you don't have to do that, John. I have a 3D printer, so I could, you know, I'm kind of an expert. I bet. You probably have an order of operations, but there it is, guys. All the parts laid out on the table. This will be the first thing we do, but next week I'll have them both. I promise. Next week they'll both be on the table, completed. We'll make sure we get them done. But for this one, I want to do a quick tip for people who don't know about ARF Plus. Not this one. I'm sorry, the F-16, because this one has the power system in it. But you know, I don't think I've done an ARF Plus in a while, except for the crash of the F-18. I had to get an ARF Plus to swap the systems, but just so people what ARF Plus really means, because even that simple thing, quick tips are amazing, has become fun to do in the sense of you forget what people might not know, or you take for granted what you know and what people knew in the hobby. Just, you know, there's some things you can't know, you wouldn't even know to ask because you don't know. So, you know, you don't know what you don't know, if that makes sense. So like an ARF Plus, you do get questions, what does it come with? So now we'll be able to show. You know, you have to put a power system in, and that might seem easy for some people, but other people might be like, how do I do that? Or might have strayed away from that because they think it's hard, and it's not. But we are so let's get into the questions and answers while we have this here. We have about 10 minutes with you guys. So now let's start from here. I see I think I saw a question. When will there be a BF-109 on the table? Scotty G, you want to come here and make one with me? Let's build it out of foam, and let's build the concept, and then we'll make it work. Oh, did we not have it?
Oh, the Q&A in the bottom.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
It's gone rogue.
Getting ready to Maiden. So what else? If you saw you don't like it, you can send her to me. Lol. John, you want another one? I can't wait to see what you do with yours. I love the work. I mean, some of the ones I remember when this one came out, you know, some of the customs that it came out there were just as awesome as the a lot of the other ones.
I mean, think about Steve Hodges that we saw.
Steve,
seen
yeah.
The parachute, the lights, the
Yeah.
sign lights.
Yeah, the parachutes. People did that with the F4s like crazy. And then this one also has, so this is the 6S high performance, but I believe the 8S is still available if you want to go 8S. So there are a lot of options with the F4 as well. Glenn Davis, has Motion considered 3D printed plane flyers for the less types? Did you write that right, Glenn? Motion considered 3D printed
Try that again?
plane files. Oh, files for the less type? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking you would say. I think we considered it, but you know, I think the hardest thing with 3D printed files, so like, you know, Alpha will obviously, he knows how to design, so he would you know, he designed like a lot of the cockpit details, and we started for this plane, I think it was the first time, or for the B-24, you know, I think we had the ladder for this one, the first one that had the extra cockpit details, and I think I think one of the issues with 3D printed when you're selling files is how do you stop people from passing those around, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing with 3D printed parts in general. Like I remember when I was, if you guys remember my F-18, if you go back, I'd done a lot of 3D printed parts on that, and one of them was like a laser guidance system that Dirty D might have made or someone else on Thingiverse, but he also has a Cults 3D, if you've ever been, it's a pay-for one, and like that wasn't on Thingiverse because Thingiverse is free, but it was on that, and I printed it out, and I remember somebody asked me, can you send me the file? And I said, no. I'm like, that's that's not right. You know, like he's selling this file.
You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, it was like it was $3.99. Like if you want it, go buy it for $3.99. You know, like it's not my place to you know sell that. I think that's the hardest thing with 3D printed files because I'm sure, you know, I downloaded illegal music at one point in my life. I downloaded some illegal movies probably at one point in my life. You know,
You gotta listen to yourself
like
in
torrents.
court.
Yeah, right. Like torrents, and you know, you wouldn't want to do that. You know, like you got to pay for the stuff that's not going to be made anymore. You know, so I think that would be the toughest thing with 3D printed parts in general. Something they're going to have to find a workaround for in the future is how are you going to, you know, set that up properly. So now, am I missing any other questions? Glad we have members. Oh, please tell us about the MiG-29 Air Guardian. All right, show these pictures. So the MiGs that are available right now are going to come with this package in the box. So, you know, just wanted to get that out there now. Here we go. Yeah, not me, John. Not me. I'm talking about someone else. But, you know, you're going to get 30-gram servos like this. You're going to get the linkages, the ball links. You're going to get new clevises, metal, everything to hopefully help shore up what really was, as Tom said in the Hobby Score forum, a low amount of accidents, and some of which were done with dropping flaps at, you know, 85% plus throttle, which is so odd. But anyway, this is just a package that's going to come in the box with these. So look out for that. So if you just bought yourself a MiG-29, you will be getting this set in the box with the regular servos that were already there. So then you're just going to have to do this replacement. I've got one of these sets coming to me, so I'm going to make a video as quickly as I possibly can as soon as I get them, you know, on how to do it. But most people will probably get it before me, and we'll have it done before before I do it. I don't think it's going to be anything too hard to do. This would probably take an extra 10-15 minutes, you know, out of your build to get them in, and that should help just shore it back up. Kevin Hogweed, yes, the MiG is back up for sale on the US store, and I'm telling you right now, if you want it, don't wait. With the amount they put up yesterday, they're like, you know, without saying it, yeah, while it lasts, as Alpha said, while it lasts. I'm not even lying to you. I couldn't believe it when I checked. You know, last night I was told, all right, it's live, okay, and then I checked this morning and it's in. Are they seeing this right now?
No.
Oh, it's you know, go get yourself one if you want one, you know, or you're gonna be waiting another month or two for the next shipment to come in, because there's another shipment coming right behind it. But you know, if you want it, go get you some. Are they seeing me right now, or it's still pictures of the?
They're
oh,
still seeing the pictures.
still seeing the picture of the
I'm trying
servos.
to get this up.
I can't see their. You don't need to get it up, do you?
I was gonna add it all to the
Oh,
side.
you're gonna add 40 to the cart. Alex is on the website adding 40 to his cart right now. But yeah. So again, if you want it, go get it. Go get you some MiG, and you know, now that you have the chance to do that. Now we had our chat covered for a bit, so just scroll up a little bit, see if I missed anything.
This is where we were.
Are there any plans for any new jetliners? Axel, stay tuned. I never talk about new products. You know, I can't give you any hints. If there are hints, they're already out there. But the AL-37 was successful, so I think it's, you know, reasonable that you might suspect another airliner at some point. But could that be tomorrow? Could that be 10 years from now? Who knows? You know, are all MiG owners getting this, or the new ones? As of right now, it's in the box with the new ones. Alpha's in the chat. He could probably say better than me, but I would suspect at some point, you know, on a shipment, we're going to get in more sets, and they'll just be available as parts, but I'm not certain out there. So that's something I'm not sure about live here, you know, right now.
Don't call me on it.
don't quote me on anything. Yes, on that. The MiG. No, wait for the Saab Vigan. EDF Jeff Jam next month at Rosewood RC in Indiana. I know. I talked to Bob Bellalumi. There'll be raffle prize there. We will not be in attendance. And actually, Alex, we just found out, And Null in the Fall, Alex gets married that Saturday of Null in the Fall. So I'm going to be attending Alex's wedding. So we just talked to his wife. We may be doing the second half of Null in the Fall, not the full week. We're trying to see if we could get there hopefully Wednesday or Tuesday through to the end. But we assume we'd be there for the entire week. But we'll definitely be missing the first weekend of Null in the Fall because we didn't realize that the dates lined up like that. So we just found out about that. Tupolev 2144. Yeah, all these wild aircraft. We'd never say even if we did it, you know. So those kind of questions about new products, you know, are never going to be answered until they're ready to be answered. Air Guardian. No other changes? Nope, not at all. And then TNRC Pilot. Whatever happened to the Shrike? Shrike is just in the process. That factory was hit hard during the COVID times, and the Havoc and the Shrike. I'm waiting for them to come back. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't get discontinued or anything. They were just, you know, more of a production thing and COVID shipping thing. And I know it's a excuse that is just reality of, you know, how the last year went. But they will definitely be back. They are not discontinued or anything, and they will be back. And once they're back for that first wave, they should consistently be back thereafter. But as you can see, we're waiting for a lot of stuff to come in, so just bear with us. It's all coming. When are the 600 RX coming? 600 RX. Stability Plus, like the receivers. Again, when it comes to shipping, stuff like that, I don't have... If I had a computer here and I could talk to the person in our shipping department, I could get you those answers. But some of those answers would be best just ask customer service for some of the things. They'd be able to, you know, help you out a little better than I would here live. You know. Just want to say when more Russian birds. Air Guardian and I were hyped. More Russian birds might be good. Who can I go to for 3D printed parts? I don't do the forums much. I don't know who does what. Well, Thingiverse is where you'd want to be. Sea Mafia to find the files. Most of them are going to be there. And then a few of the guys who create them, you know, usually upload them to Thingiverse. And a lot of them are on Squawk at least. I'm sure they're on our C groups as well. The day they're out, you have my money for the 30 SM. Yeah, I know you, Air Guardian. We know. More Sues. You'll love that. More strikes inbound. There you go. More strikes inbound as per Alpha. Alpha can answer that so much better than me. More 70s air vexed. Yeah, Mateo, dislikes are just as good as likes to YouTube. Don't matter. At least you're getting noticed.
Somebody cares enough to have a feeling.
Anders, I believe so. In the future, Anders, that we put a yes to that, I believe.
RC everything.
RC everything. I think you could, yeah. You know, there'll be something for everyone in all categories at some point. For sure. These things just take time. Yeah. And now we have hit 105. We are looking... Isn't Thingiverse or whatever for people who do 3D printing? Well, Sea Mafia, Thingiverse is where you upload the files, so you would download the files. If you can download files from Thingiverse and then find, there are tons of websites if you want where you send them the file and they'll print it for you and mail it to you. You know, people do that, but Thingiverse is like, yeah, if you own a 3D printer, I just download the file in Thingiverse, drop it into a software, manipulate it however you want, and then just send it to your printer and it prints, you know? Which is awesome. Only 23 likes. Ah! Unbelievable.
You guys are gonna get
what are you guys doing? Like just clicking a button. Man. I click like on all your videos. Big Frogfoot would be a fun platform for FPV. Could be. And here I am looking up. And that's it. So I'm not seeing too many more comments, guys. So, Birkin, when that's on our website, main page, I believe, May 15th. So a week from tomorrow, that was out there. So, you know, check it out. There's a link on the homepage for that. Smash that like button. Yeah, guys, and welcome all you lieutenants. It looks nice to see the 2 silver bars there, you know, and all you ensigns. You'll earn it in a couple weeks. You know, for just being you. What's the fastest jet on Motion RC? Mirage? Maybe the Mirage.
I feel like that's the answer I always hear.
Yeah, Mirage is quick. F5 is quick too.
Yeah.
Screams. Yeah, I would say, but they're so many, like, so close that I would never be able to tell unless I had a meter in there, and we're talking difference of 1 or 2 miles. Are you gonna have a video with Hobby King Alex?
Who's Hobby King Alex?
Who's Hobby King Alex? You mean Motion RC Alex behind the camera here? Yeah. Yeah. 10% off.
Hi,
checkout
George.
for George Mirage. What's up, George? I didn't know you were in here.
Miss you, buddy.
Miss you, man. I love the work you did on the house. It looks amazing. On the hangar, I should say. Looks amazing. All right, guys. That'll about do it. Yeah, I see more questions about products. We can't answer those. That'll about do it for us. So, guys, thank you so much, as always, every Friday for joining us. Next week, as promised, I will have this built on the table. The F-16 will be built on the table. The only reason they wouldn't be on the table is if they don't survive the field, if we make it out to the field, but I'm not that concerned. So, yeah, I'm excited to get them together. So this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of today and into Monday. But, guys, enjoy your weekends. If you have the weather to go out and fly, go fly. If you have the weather to drive a boat, drive a boat. If you're going to go play with your cars or your construction vehicles or whatever it is, do that. Have some fun. Make sure you share it. You know, all you guys. I'd love to see it all and love to show it all on the channel. Wings88, I'm going to 100% check out your channel. Look for those 2 Nexa birds. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us each and every week. Hit the like button on your way out the door if you can. And we will see you next Friday right here for episode 19. Bye, guys.